What's up everybody, Prof Smoke here. Today we're gonna paint this Metang figure shiny. To start out, I'm gonna paint the entire thing white. I probably used about 6 to 7 layers of the paint. When you've put enough paint on one of these figures, you'll know it won't have any of those streaky lines in it or anything. So that's pretty much what I started off with. I apologize for some of these shots where my head kind of gets in the way. I had to cut around a lot of that for this video, but in future videos I'll do better for sure, so sorry about that. We're just putting down silver on all the white parts, and then we're gonna go into some gray on the bottom to give it a nice shadow. And to imply that the ground is kind of dark, that it's reflecting off of. Now I'm using some color shift silver. Now the color shift paints are just a very high quality of paint for the folk art stuff. And they have that nice reflective sheen, so just great paint. Now I'm going into some yellow here on all the details, on all the horns, and we're being really careful on all this stuff. But if I did happen to make a mistake, which I did, there's a million easy ways to fix it. You can go in with a tiny little brush and just put some silver over the yellow wherever you got it on top of the silver, or on the bottom of it. I used a black metal, kind of like a black metallic-y thing, but it's not exactly black, just pretty close, you know. It's hard to put my finger on what color. I would say it's like metallic wrought iron or something like that. But yeah, just going over all the yellow spots with some gold where the light hits it, to just give it that nice metallic look while also preserving the bright yellow. And I apologize again for my head being in the way of the shot here. Now I'm going through and just outlining all of the lines in the Metang, and also outlining all the different shapes and planes of the Metang with this dark color to give it a cell shaded look. If you look at Borderlands, that's a great example of cell shading. But pretty much it just brings out all the different shapes in the Metang. If you look up the Pokemon Go 3D sprite of Metang, you'll see exactly why I went with this. They already stylize it like this in the 3D sprite. So I thought it would be really cool to tackle this new style, and I think it turned out really good too. Now I'm going to teach you guys how to make a floating platform for our Metang. Since Metang actually floats, it would be weird if it was just like standing or something, right? So I drilled a hole right in the bottom. The figure is actually hollow on the inside for the most part, which I didn't expect. Now I have these 12-inch acrylic dowels or rods, and they're really good for this. You can easily cut them. It was super cheap to get. I think I got a thing of 100 for like $5, $10. So I'm just cutting the size that I want here, and then once I've scored the sides, I can just snap it off and get a clean snap. Once we hammer our dowel in place, we can super glue it now. And I actually cut it down to size before I super glued it here. Just going around the whole thing and trying to get a consistent layer of super glue. After the super glue dries, it's going to be good to paint this that same color as the bottom of the figure, so I did that as well off camera after the super glue dries here. Just wanted to point that out. The super glue turns kind of whitish. So here I balanced the platform and then marked the dot of where it was balancing so that I can put down some super glue and then place the platform right in that exact spot. It'll balance perfectly and the glue will harden really well. To tell the truth, at this point I actually had forgotten to paint the eyes, so we go around and we paint the eyes real quick, and then we're just going to go over and touch up any little mistakes that we see one last time. And with that, we're ready for the glamour shots.